Hi friends, welcome back to my channel, Breathe and Budget. If you're new here, my name is Taryn, and here we talk all about budgeting, intentional spending, and the way our finances impact our lifestyle. Today we are doing a cash condensing so we can get some of this money back to the bank, specifically into our high yield savings account. We have two high yield savings accounts, one with PNC, which holds our emergency fund, and honestly I prefer to forget that one even exists, and one with Ally for our sinking funds. Now, real quick, this video is not sponsored by Ally, although I won't lie, I wish it was, but I want to explain why I personally love Ally and recommend it. First off, I have both a checking account and a few savings accounts with Ally. It just makes accessing my money super easy. So here are some of the perks I love about Ally. So they are FDIC insured, no account fees or minimums. Just try to keep like your withdrawals under 10 per statement cycle, but really the goal is to let your money grow. So you shouldn't be withdrawing it too much. Even though they don't have physical branches, they have over 75,000 ATM locations, and they do reimburse you up to $10 in ATM fees per statement cycle. So for me, if I need to pull cash because I need to do a cash stuffing, for example, using my Etsy money, because that's where my Etsy checking account and savings account is, I just withdraw at Chase. I take the fee and then I see it be reimbursed by Ally automatically. I don't have to like request the reimbursement. It's automatic. You can also get cash back at most grocery stores, gas stations, some retailers with your debit card with no fee, right? So personally, if I ever need to access my money, I just Zelle myself. That's it. I have my Zelle email set up on one account and phone number on the other account, and I just Zelle myself. But you can also do bank transfers. You could set up automatic transfers. They do accept direct deposit and even wire transfers. And if mail is your jam, you can send a check for them to deposit. But my favorite part is the bucket system. Ally allows you up to 30 buckets per account. So let's say you have one account for all things vehicle related. You can divide that money into labeled buckets: registration, maintenance, insurance, etc. That way you always know exactly how much you've saved in each category. Personally, I have one account for all the sinking funds, so that includes things like holidays, birthdays, Mother's Day, our Sam's Club membership, Costco membership, things like that, right? And one account for each emergency fund. So I have separate accounts for our pet emergency, vehicle emergency, and home emergency. I just like to keep things clean and organized, not all grouped together. I don't want to have to question or doubt like what that money is for. So if you are interested in checking out Ally or signing up and opening up a high yield savings account, again, I recommend Ally. My referral link is in this video description or linked in my bio if you're watching this as a reel. But definitely check them out. You get money, I get money. Like this is like a win-win, right? So now let's get to the fun part, condensing this cash, because my high priority binder is getting a little chunky. So it's time to slim it down a bit. All right, so I do have placeholders. So what I do is I will deposit money into the high yield savings account, and I use the placeholders that I make. These are available in my shop as well, but I use this to represent the money that I have so that when I'm in the envelope, I can do a physical count of how much I have. For me, tangible physical items is better. I don't want it all to be just electronic like deposits from my checking to savings, although that works for some. For me, I like playing Monopoly here with my money, and it just helps me save. Okay, so I'm just going to keep this to the side. We're going to start with my high priority binder because I know there is quite a bit ready to be deposited into a high yield savings account, which will allow me to have enough money in my tray should I need to condense other envelopes, like replacing small bills with larger bills. This video might be a hot mess. I haven't done a condensing in a while, but yeah, we're going to do it anyways, so let's go. We're going to hop into the vehicle category first. I have a binder that I keep to the side. This is how I track the balances in my high priority binder, okay? So I have the same categories as I do in the binder. So I have for vehicle, home, miscellaneous, and then I have a notes section. So I'll explain that in a moment. So for like vehicle maintenance, we have 2,200. So every time we make a, deposit or a withdrawal, I track it here. That way I can look at my Ally account, but I could also look at this without having to log in and it'll tell me how much I have. So I do keep this up to date. Notes section, which I will be using today. I have it backwards because I'm a lefty. So I'm going to write here. If I'm taking, let's say, from vehicle maintenance, let's say I'm putting 500 into the savings account, I will put vehicle maintenance 500 because once I deposit that cash, it's going to be just one lump sum of money. I need to remember how much per category so that I can update my buckets, like distribute the money accordingly. So I will be doing that off to the side, but that is how I track these deposits. Okay, so let me take the prop bills out because we'll probably be changing those. Okay. Because right now in a high yield savings account, I have 1,566. So 1,566, this represents what I have in the high yield savings account right now. And we are going to add 100, 200, 300, 400, 500, 600. Am I just adding the 600 and leaving this? No, let's get this all in there. Okay, so 620, 634. So 634, I am going to put into a high yield savings account. Okay, so after I make that deposit, I am going to be left with 2,200. Not left with, but I'm going to have 2,200. So I'm actually going to just do a 2,000. Okay. So I'm going to put a $2,000 placeholder and then two $100 placeholders. This is a good example of some of the styles that I offer in my shop. And if you are into romantasy, then two of these definitely make you feel something. So 2,200 into this envelope. Okay, vehicle registration, 100, 200, 350, 400, 432. Normally, I like to wait until 500, but we could take, yeah, I'm waiting. You guys, I'm waiting. I'm sticking to my rule. I like to wait until I have 500 to put into a high yield savings account. And then I like putting at least a $500 placeholder. I prefer not to do the like $100 placeholders or the play money that I have. Like, I prefer to just do these placeholders. So I'm going to wait. Same thing with roadside assistance. Or actually, how much do I have here? Okay, I'm almost to being fully funded. So when I get fully funded with this one, I'll just put it in the bank because then it'll have several months to sit in the high yield savings account and earn interest. Allstate, same thing. Waiting a little bit longer. Car insurance already has this 600. I'm going to put this 125 in there. The reason I'm doing that is because I am not going to be adding to that for a little bit. So it's better to just be sitting in there earning interest. So 500, 600, 725 is what we have in car insurance. Okay. Car detailing, I've kept in cash because I want to pay in cash, so I'm just going to stick with that. Although we have been talking about getting our car detailed for over a year now. Like, if you're not new here, you're like, girl, you've had that money for way too long. Toothless, same thing. We have our OnStar in the high yield savings account, and this is for my husband to do things like to upgrade his car if he wants to. So we will leave that in cash. All right, home maintenance. This definitely has quite a bit we can put into the bank. I don't know why I don't have my placeholders in there. I don't know what I did. I was doing the balances and I don't know. Like, I'm not sure what I was thinking. Okay, so we have 100, 200, 300, 400, 500, 600, 705 that I am going to put into the bank. And I know we have 1802, so $1,802. These are just some play money I made myself in the beginning of my journey. So we will use some of those. That's 1,000. So 15, 16, 17, 18, and then I need $2. 1, 2. Okay. So don't judge me for doing it this way. For me, I'm a visual person, so this helps me, right? So I can count out exactly how much I have in this category. So 1802, and by November, when I add more money to this, I could probably take that out and just replace it with one $2,000 placeholder. So earthquake policy, I could condense this. I'll keep this 50. And then I will take 100 just to make it a little bit less in the envelope. Okay. I probably could have done that with some of these, like roadside assistance. Let me do that. So 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, 100. So I'm going to take a $100 bill. Okay. Yeah, I don't know why I wasn't thinking about that, but I can condense a little bit. 1, 2. Okay, so 100 to 200. Okay. Just make sure I did that right. Yep. Perfect. Just checked my balance just to be sure, because I have messed up a cash condensing before. Okay, let's go back over here. We'll look at home warranty. 20, 40, 60, 80, 90, 100. Yeah, we could do that. 20, 40, 60, 80, 90, 100. Perfect. Okay, moving right along. Pest control. I don't think there's much we can do. I mean, I could put these 50 and take 100. That works. I pay this annually anyways, so eventually it'll just be deposited into my account. Septic, so 20, 40, 64. Okay, I will trade this in for a 50 and a 10. It is still one less bill by doing that, so. And then yard maintenance. Let's see, I'm almost to 500. 3, 4, I think 10, 20, 30, 40. I guess I'm waiting. Not quite to 500. Thought I was going to be able to condense a little bit more. It felt like I had more than that. 20, 40, 60, 81. Okay, and I could put 100 here for our trees. Okay, and then for the chicken coop, 2, 3, 4, 50. leaving it alone. All right, garden. I'm gonna do a 50 and a 10. Okay, almost done in this binder. Trash. I'm not going to put it in the bank just yet. And then Edison, we're leaving. Let me go to deductibles and see if there's anything I can do here. Oh yeah, definitely. Okay, 100, 200, 300, 400, 500, 600, 700, 800, 900, 950. That's prop bills. So we're going to put 950. From deductibles. Okay, so I decided I am just going to put 950 on a post-it because I wanted to condense this binder and not add more bills by needing a million different placeholders. So once I add money for November, this will be able to get $1,000 and then maybe a little bit more, like a couple of the 100s to this. Or maybe I can get fancy and add 450 next month, whatever that math is, to put a $1,000 placeholder and a $500 placeholder. We shall see if I can make that work. Okay, so that's it for the high priority. Let's move into, I'm gonna do holidays. Okay, so let's take a look at my holiday binder. Oh my God, I love it. Every time I see my holiday binder, I get so happy. It just symbolizes a lot for me. So let's see. 400, we will take that to the bank. No, gosh, I will wait. I will wait until I get to 500. Nope, waiting. Easter, I can condense. Let's go ahead and do 100. And then Mother's Day, I can condense. We'll do 100. Father's Day is probably the same. So I will take 100 and then a $10 bill. Okay. Just trading this one in for a nicer one. I also use the cash condensing as a time to get rid of the bills that are less desirable and keep the crisp, clean bills. Anniversary. I will wait so I can put a $2,000 placeholder. I'm just going to make that happen in November. Halloween is technically still fully funded. I'll probably remove that in November. Okay, Thanksgiving is good. Let's take a look at Christmas. This is where the bulk of it is. Okay, those are the prop bills. All right, here we go. 100, 200, 300, 400, 500, 600, 700, 800, 960. So 960 is going to go to the bank. Make sure. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Yeah. Okay, 960. Okay, so we have 3,200. Okay, so we'll do 2,000 and then a 1,000. So that's 3,000 and then 100. I'll just use this one. So this is the 2,200. 2,000, 3,000, 200. Okay, 3,200 in Christmas. We're almost to our goal, which is fabulous. New Year's Eve, I don't think, oh yeah, I could condense this. I'll do 2 more hundreds. So I was able to do the Universal Studio passes using my Etsy money. I did the platinum passes again because for me the perks of that is beneficial. A free ticket to Halloween Horror Nights, the free ticket to their New Year's bash, which is where this thought came from. We're going to do that. It's a safe place to celebrate the New Year's with the kids. A lot of security there. So yeah, that's what we did last year. That's what we want to do this year. And then also after 3 p.m. you get fast pass to the rides. So, and free parking, right? So if you want to just hang out at City Walk too, you get free parking. So for me, those passes are definitely worth it. They're cost effective for us. Okay, so let's look at birthdays. Nope. I mean, I guess I could put 100. But can't take anything to the bank just yet. We could probably condense this, add 100. Okay. Then my husband's birthday, that's coming up, so I should probably just put this into the bank. And then just call it fully, well, no, because I'm going to probably want to add more, but then I could just do that cashless. So we'll put this in the bank. So 200, 350, 370, 390, 410, 430, 445. 445. So let me make a note. Okay, so for right now, I'm going to put a fully funded placeholder because 445 is probably more than enough, but I was just trying to like spoil him some more. So if I add more, it'll just be a cashless transfer for us, but it will still be budgeted in our budget tracker. And then my birthday, I don't have anything in it. It all went to Disneyland. All right, done with holidays. Okay, we're going to hop into my low priority binder. I don't typically take money from this binder and put it in a high yield savings account. I generally pull the cash from this envelope and spend just the cash. Or if I happen to need to use my card, then I just take this money back to the bank, which is not an inconvenience for me because I don't take it to the bank every single time I need to pull that cash. I will take it to the bank like one time a month if necessary, if needed. So yeah, this is my low priority binder. This is the new binder, the fig color. I love it. So far, this has been the most popular. And then the onyx. Okay, so let's take a look. What can we do? So we have the seasons. Yeah, we can condense this a little bit. Okay, so I'd keep the nicer bills. So I'll put this 100 over here and grab this 100. I could do a 50, but I'm going to keep some small bills just in case. Let me get a nicer 10. Perfect. Okay. And then summer, no, not much we can do. Fall, this is the month that we're in. I actually need to take some of this with us today because we are doing Halloween Horror Nights tonight. We will put some bigger bills in here for now. Okay, so I'll put this 100 and I will take 100. That's fine. I need to check if Universal takes cash. If not, then this will be a time where I use a card and then I will take this cash from here and put it into my bank. So that's how I do it. And I like to use credit cards, not my debit card, because for me, that's a safety issue. With your debit card, you have less protections than you do with a credit card. And I'd rather someone steal my credit card than my debit card because that's my cash. That's my money, right? The credit card is not necessarily my money and I can always dispute transactions. So And I understand you could dispute transactions with your checking account, but your protections are greater on a credit card. Keep that in mind, okay? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We'll do 100 in here as well. Perfect. And then also, depending on where you're going, you may not want to take cash with you. Like for me, going to a theme park, I would rather just like tap with my watch, tap with my phone, and not have to worry about it. Vacation, we're going to put into the bank 100, 200, 300, 400, 500, 600, 700, 800, 900, 1,000, 1,136. 1136. Let me write that down. Actually, I'm going to just put the 1100 and keep the 36 because I don't want to have to put that many small prop bills. So 1100. Perfect. 1100 and then 1136. Oh yeah, definitely less in that one. The kids, I'm telling you, they spent this all. I need to get this into the bank. 100, 200, 300. Yeah, okay, so they did spend all this. So 300, 50, 70, 90, so 400, 410, 420, 430, 443. 443. So I'm not putting a placeholder because this is spent. I just needed to get it back into the bank and pay myself back. They finally decided to shop and they went to Hollister, which you guys know is not necessarily the cheapest. Although pleasantly surprised, they do give military discount. So that's awesome. Graduation. Oh my God, we're almost there. 450, 60, 70, 85, 86. Oh my God, it makes me just want to add it and make it 500 and put it in the bank now. But by next week, actually, this will be at 500. So we'll see what I can do. Wellness. Nope, not quite. Could I have condensed that? No, not really, so that's fine. All trails. This is for that app I use for like hiking. Let me put a nicer 5 and take a 20. So 25. And you can download the trails too so that they're on your phone in case you wind up with no reception. So I think that is a benefit for sure. Oh, look at that star note. I know it's in here, but then I forget. So we're going to keep that. 50, 60, 70, 80, 95. Nope. Leave it as is. Okay, my clothing. I can probably... No, I like to keep some smaller bills in case I don't spend as much. I don't have to worry about trying to make change. 50, leave that. Makeup, we'll go ahead and do a 20. And keep in mind, if you wanted any custom envelopes, like how I put little makeup palettes and my hair, I just did this for myself. It's not necessarily something you see in my shop, but it's something you can ask, and I have no problem doing. Groceries, that's like for the farmer's market. Streaming, we'll keep that 10, and we'll take a 20. Okay. And then annual memberships, we'll take a 20. Perfect. Okay, so we definitely condensed some of the envelopes. We added some nicer bills into the mix. And plus I have plenty of nice bills over here. So what I will technically do is take money from here to fund my next cash stuffing. And then from my checking account, just transfer that money to the high yield savings account. Easy peasy. This is the pet binder, but I don't think there's much I can do. This one I spend cash from. So especially theirs, individuals, yeah, not much I can do. Let's see. I can do a 50 here for sure. Because Coco's Food is always, whether it's through Amazon, like subscriptions, if they have a deal on it, or from Chewy, that's charged to a card no matter what. So, and then Jurassic Park. We'll keep like that in case I need smaller bills. We're pretty good on all the food though. Oh, chickens. I need chicken food. Oh, I need to take some of this out. 20, 40, 60. I am taking this with me. We're going to be going to brunch today right now. And then if they're open, 40, 50, 60, I'm going to get 2 bags of chicken food. So let me keep that to the side. Vet appointments. Not yet. I won't do anything yet. Got to rebuild that one. Flea prevention, we're good. Grooming, we need to get him groomed. Sky tried. She tried cutting Bodhi, and oh my gosh, I feel so bad. I mean, he has no idea what he looks like, but yeah, a hot mess. Let's just put it that way. So I'm going to take this for 50. And then I'll do those 2 10s. I know I could have just kept one of those 20s, but maybe I'll find a nicer one. There we go. Okay. There we go. Condense that just a little bit. Pest licensing we'll keep 20, 30, 40, 50. Yeah, that we can add a 50 to. Okay. All right, so now I just have to do the math to see what we're putting in the bank so I can make sure we did this correctly. Wow. Okay, so if I did the math correctly, we should have 5,362. Let me write that down. And let's just see if we did this right. So what I like to do is keep that number on the screen, and then I just minus as I'm counting. $100, $200, $300, $400, $500, $600, $700, $800, $900, $1,000, $1,100, $1,200, $1,300, $1,400, $1,500, $1,600, $1,700, $1,800, $1,900, $2,000, $2,100, $2,200, $2,300, $2,400, $2,500, $2,600, $2,700, $2,800. So minus 2,800. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 1,200. 20, 40, 60, 81, 20, 40, 60, 82, 20, 40, 60, 83, 20, 40, 60, 84, 20, 40, 60, 85, 20, 40, 60, 86, 20, 40, 60, 87, 20, 40, 60, 88, 20, 40, 60, 89, 40. 940. 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, 100. 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, 200. 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 270. 10, 20, 30, 40. Oh, we're missing something here. Oh, man. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. $105 off. What did I do wrong? Okay, gotta rewatch this really quick. Let me figure out what is going on, where I went wrong, and then we'll be right back. Okay, I took a moment, I rewatched the video, and I totally messed up when I was dealing with earthquake policy and trees. So that $105 that I'm short, I figured it out, pulled it, it's in here. So I'm just going to do a quick count just to make sure that we have the 5,362. Okay, perfect. 0. Totally worked out. Yeah, I don't know what I was thinking, but I was rewatching it and yelling at myself on the screen. Okay, that is it for today's cash condensing. We made it. That was a little rocky there for a moment, but we did it. I love doing this every so often because honestly, let's be real, handling money is just satisfying and it makes my binders a little bit lighter and make sure that our money is actually working for us by being in a high yield savings account and earning us some interest. So if you enjoyed this video or learned something new, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell so you don't miss the next Budget With Me or Cash Stuffing. And remember, budgeting isn't about restriction. It's about creating freedom, peace, and stability for your future self. So in the meantime, don't forget to breathe, and I will see you in the next video.